president has been making headlines about his recent announcement regarding tariffs. His announcement included a 25% tariff price on foreign-made steel and 10% on foreign-made aluminum. Some within the realm of Washington, D.C. have been vehemently chastising him for this decision. However, during a recent speech regarding the issue, he got a lot of positive feedback. The Gateway pundit reported, in 2011 Donald Trump went on a profanity-laced speech in Las Vegas where he promised to tax China imports by 25% if they continued to manipulate their currency. Donald Trump, listen you Motherf ckers, we're going to tax you 25%. Mother Jones posted on the exchange. In a Thursday night speech in Las Vegas, Trump railed against lawmakers that he described as bloodsuckers bouncing from subjects like gas prices, Iraq, and foreign trade. We have weak, pathetic leadership, Trump said of the Obama administration. Our leaders are stupid, they are stupid people. But that paled in comparison to his expletive-laden zingers on foreign policy and trade. Speaking about America's military presence abroad, he said, "We build a school, we build a road, they blow up the school, we build another school, we build another road, they blow them up, we build again. In the meantime, we can't get a fucking school in Brooklyn." Then, on the issue of oil prices and OPEC, the coalition with control on much of the world's oil supply, he quipped, "We have nobody in Washington that sits back and said, you're not going to raise that fucking price." And despite the fact that some of his clothing is made in China, Trump bashed the Middle Kingdom. If elected president, what would his message for China be? Listen you motherfuckers, we're going to tax you 25%. The New York Times had some input on the issue. President Trump's announcement that he planned to impose steep tariffs on imported steel and aluminum delighted some blue-collar industries he had championed. Enthusiastic and gratified are probably understatements, said Michael A. Bless, the president of Century Aluminum. Behemoth steel buyers like Boeing and General Motors weren't as pleased. Their shares fell on the news, and the most obvious aluminum dependents, the brewing giants Anheuser-Busch and Miller Coors, warned about the risk of job losses. But it is people like H.O. Woltz III who feel most vulnerable. Mr. Woltz is the chairman and chief executive of Insteel Industries, which operates 10 plants from Arizona to Pennsylvania producing steel wire products for concrete reinforcing. He has about 1,000 workers, most without college degrees. The jobs that we have are good jobs, Mr. Woltz said. Our guys make a lot of money. Now his business calculus is being upended. A tariff on imports also allows domestic steel and aluminum producers to charge higher prices, affecting manufacturers across the United States. As industrial America sorts out the tariff's prospective impact, one thing is clear, the divide between the metal producers and their customers slices directly through Mr. Trump's blue-collar constituency. Mr. Trump argues that free trade has hollowed out America's industrial base and saddled the country with huge trade deficits. He has promised to recover lost ground with an America First trade policy. But putting America first may not put all American workers ahead. There are more losers than winners, said Monica DeBall, an economist at the Peterson Institute for International Economics. If the point is to protect American jobs, if the point is to protect small and medium-sized businesses, this is exactly the wrong way to do things. The mills and smelters that supply the raw material, and that would directly benefit from the tariffs, have been shrinking for years. Today, those industries employ fewer than 200,000 people. The companies that buy steel and aluminum, to make everything from trucks to chicken coops, employ more than 6.5 million workers, according to a Heritage Foundation analysis of Commerce Department data. However, despite all of this conjecture and detracting, the fact still remains the same, and that is that the United States has an $800 billion trade deficit every single year. Foreign countries have taken advantage of our poor trading under democratic leadership for years, and it has allowed us to continue to go into debt. The European Union, for one, has continuously increased their tariffs and taxes on American businesses and trade products. Why is it unreasonable to return this in kind? It is simply how good business works. We cannot allow them to continue to tax us at unreasonable rates and do nothing about it, or we look like a doormat. What the president is doing is good business, and even if he curses a bit or says it in a crass way, doesn't make him wrong. He knows how to make details and how to do good business, and like everything else, I have no doubt that by the time he is done, our trade deficit will be much smaller than what it was before when he first came to office. Share if you agree. Follow us on Facebook. From the web powered by ZergNet, Navy SEAL who killed Bin Laden tossed off plane, the truth about the Obama sisters, the disappointing double life of Tim Tebow, why people stopped watching The Big Bang Theory, woman who drove Florida shooter to school speaks at awkward Olympics, wardrobe malfunctions you can't unsee.